knock down three-point shots, also a good rim protector. We'll see what kind of contributions he's going to have coming off the bench in this game this morning.
Builder joining us for this matinee affair here on NBC Sports Chicago as Raptors 905 controlled the opening tip. Underway, Raptors 905 in their traveling whites, 905 across their chest, Bulls in the home red. Early tip-off for both teams.
11 a.m. So these guys are used to getting up early, getting into the routine, but we might see a little bit of sloppy execution early on.
Justin Simon off the pass from Milton Doyle, and the first bucket of the afternoon goes towards the Windy City Bulls. Doyle averaging almost 6 assists a ball game. The Chicago native, Loyola Rambler product. Farrakhan Hall.
Pressure the backcourt of Raptors 905, get some steals, get some easy transition buckets.
Evans fakes the three. Good ball movement by the 905. Three from the left side. You can feel the breeze from here on that air ball.
Yeah, Justin Anderson was drafted as a 3-and-D guy, but he didn't have the three as part of that repertoire.
Soft runner by Milton Doyle's well off the mark, and here come the 905 in transition. And there's a quick interception.
Yeah, those are the steals you're looking for. 2-on-1 break. Struce back to Doyle. Yeah.
Soft alley-oop off the right window, and the Bulls have a quick 4-0 lead. You talk about the steals. 905 averaging 11.9 steals a game, so rounded up to about 12 a game.
Yeah.
Windy City at 11.1. Anderson a catch-and-shoot three, sinks it in.
And there's that three ball. That's what he's got to do to have a good future in the NBA. We know he's physical. We know he can defend. Hasn't proven he can knock down that three-point shot with regularity. That's something the parent team in Toronto will be watching very closely.
The 905, steep history in the G League, multiple trips to the G League Finals, won a G League title under Jerry Stackhouse a couple of seasons ago, and have really blossomed in terms of developing young talent, feeding them into the Raptors system. Guys like Fred VanVleet, Rockford native, right. Pascal Siakam, who's turning into a future NBA superstar.
Yeah, Chris Boucher as well. This is a team that really puts a lot of emphasis on development at the G League level. They want to develop guys, get them up to the parent club, and see what they can do.
Hernandez missing the three, and that's obviously the same goal of Windy City as Doyle fires a catch-and-shoot three from the right corner, sinks it through. Over the last few years, guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, Ryan Arcidiacono.
Alfonso McKinney.
Yep. Alfonso McKinney, who helped contribute with the Raptors a couple of seasons ago as well. Bulls with a 4-point lead just underway in the opening quarter, and a great finish.
Yeah, Paul Watson has been out for a while because of injury. This is his first game back. We see what they like about him. He had some big scoring performances early in the year, but he's been out because of a calf injury. Now his back looked good there.
He missed the last 5 games for the 905, but he's got a nice burst to his step here early on as Makoka misses a fall-away jumper. Makoka spent a couple of days with the Chicago Bulls roster that obviously has to bolster one's spirits as a young two-way player. As a nice layup converted by Tyler Ennis.
Yeah, Tyler Ennis is a guy who's been with 4 different NBA teams, comes out of Syracuse with a high profile. A lot of people thought he would have a bright future as an NBA point guard. Maybe not as athletic as some teams would like.
Popping a deep three. Farrakhan Hall, they're going to mark it as a 2. They say his foot was on the top of the key.
Yeah, worst shot in basketball, the long 2, but they'll take it. They'll take the 2 points early.
Ennis for 3. That circles off the cup. On a comeback tour is Tyler. Spent last year in Turkey with Fenerbahce. Only played limited games due to an injury. But he's trying to make that nice pass and a nice reverse finish for Max Strus.
One of the things I really like about Max Strus' game, he's not just a standstill three-point shooter. He will go to the basket. Good cut there, dives to the hoop. Farrakhan Hall hits him with a pass and an easy 2 for the Bulls.
Evans, guarded by Doyle, now met with a double team. The high-low feeder Hernandez, met with another double team. Shot clock at 6, and posting up a deep 3 well off the mark was Justin Anderson.
Yeah, kind of a wish and a prayer there, way beyond his range off the back iron, and Windy City will advance.
905 struggling as a team from three-point territory, averaging 28% from three-point range. The Bulls at 34%. Farrakhan Hall slashing inside.
Hey, how about Farrakhan? He got the early wake-up call, looking very aggressive, getting a couple of baskets early on. Nice to see him get in the score column.
We spoke to Damian Cotter before the game, and he said he had to wake up the guys a little.
Roll.
Tyler Ennis he's at the free throw line for a 2-point free throw attempt. If this is your first G League telecast this season, experimental rules this year. 1 free throw will equate either to a 1-point, 2, or 3-point shot.
And that has impacted the games. We've seen guys maybe not shooting quite as well, knowing there's a lot more riding on that one shot. Don't know if that's going to catch on at the NBA level, but it'll be an interesting experiment to monitor all year long.
Doyle avoids traffic. And
push the tempo, and he's going to get into you defensively. He's going to make life miserable for the 905 point guards.
Defense has been the calling card early this year for the Windy City Bulls. Damian Cotter spoke at length to us this morning about how impressed he's been with overall team defense.
Yeah, the defense has been really good. Right now they want to make sure they can get better execution in the half court. Nice pick and roll in that last sequence, but Farrakhan Hall couldn't get it to drop. Now they pull off a rebound for Max Strus, another opportunity.
Threes aren't falling for the 905 early, 17% from three-point range. Nice pass from Strus. A little bit too strong by Wilder and missing on the second chance.
Yeah, he's just waking up, trying to get loose there, missing the 2 layup attempts. He'd like to have that back. A couple of easy shots that he couldn't get to fall.
Splitting defenders and another Windy City steal. In transition, Doyle will take
up yesterday, so Dozier being brought up to the NBA level for insurance. We mentioned the NBA experience on Raptors 905. Tyler Ennis, he's the energizer for this team, averaging 18.5 points, 4th in the G League with 8 assists per game. He'll be a big focus of the defense this afternoon. Milton
Doyle converts the 2-point free throw, and the Bulls with a nice lead as we approach the halfway point of the first quarter, 15-9. Here on NBC Sports Chicago. Mid-range jumper off the mark for Justin Anderson. And the 905 shooting 3 of 9 here in the early going. Doyle step back, deep 3, no. Bulls now 1 of 3 from three-point range. And that time it falls through. Paul Watson for deep 3. It's a 3-point ball game under 6 to play.
We saw Thomas Wilder trying to pressure the point guard defensively. He'll do a good job of that throughout the game. Key is going to be half-court execution. The Bulls have to make sure they get better shots than they have been early on.
Oh, nice drive for Simon, falling short, hitting the front of the iron. Nice little dribble behind the back from Justin Simon, the St. John's product.
Got a good move, just couldn't get the finish there.
Anderson, alley-oop, too strong, intended for Hernandez.
Yeah, Anderson's all over the place right now, taking all kinds of crazy shots and wild passes. We'll see if he welcomes in as Thomas Wilder gets the finish.
O'Shea Brissett getting ready to check in front of us at the scores table for the 905. Bulls lead by 5. About 5 left here in the first quarter. Hernandez, the season, the 905, 4-7 on the season. Raptors had a losing streak snap the other night against the Long Island Nets, 106-95. Bulls with a victory on Sunday against Santa Cruz. And we spoke to Damian Cotter about being road warriors, and he said, hey, I'll take a 500 record on the road anytime in this early season.
Yeah, because we know once the new year starts, they have a long stretch of games here at Sears Center, so they've been able to stay above water early on, waiting for that big stretch of home games.
Nice poke by Shitu. Doyle
for the rest of the game.
Damian Cotter was arguing for a brief moment that 905 touched it last. Doesn't get the call, and Tyler Ennis.
Yeah, we got a big front court now with Bol and Simi Shitu in the front court. That's something that was effective in the last game.
Popping a 3, no. Bol and Milton Doyle will go in for the rebound. Bol's like, I'll let you take it, young man. Doyle intended for Shitu.
He'll give him 1. I don't think he's going to give him a lot of them, though. At 7'2" with that wingspan, he's going to grab almost anything that comes off the glass. Nice drive by Strus.
Strus was galloping inside, rejected on the fast break. Feed to Anderson and a 2-hand finish for Justin Anderson.
Yeah, beautiful drop feed there by Matt Morgan, and Justin Anderson with the big finish. Nice fast break run by 905.
Former Virginia product. Makes this a 3-point ball game with under 4 to play. Wilder back to Doyle. Is it right back to Thomas Wilder. Catch and shoot 3 with the shot clock winding down, and gets the lucky bounce off the front iron off the backboard.
Shooter's touch. He had it all the way.
Bulls by 6. Anderson with the high dribble. Clear mismatch with Bol. Bol steps back for a 3. It's good. Ring it up.
Yeah, it was a tough matchup there. Bol got caught on a switch, giving up a lot of quickness to Justin Anderson, but he settled for the 3. That time he knocked it down.
It's back to a 3-point ball game.
While the supplies last, we've got holiday games and music and Santa and Mrs. Claus on hand for a meet and greet. Visit WindyCityBulls.com to grab your seats for this special holiday event.
Wilder converts the 2-point free throw, and been hearing a great crowd is expected Saturday night.
Yeah, so talking about a sellout.
Yeah, make sure you get your tickets. Come on out. Saturday night, we'll have the game for you right here on NBC Sports Chicago as well. But we'd love to see you here at the Sears Center Arena. in Hoffman Estates. Shot clock winding down to 3. Raptors 9:05 need to hurry. Evans pops a 3, and that rattles out. So great defense by Windy City.
You know, Juwan Evans is a player I really liked at Oklahoma State. He played really well in an NCAA tournament game against Michigan the year that Michigan went on to the.
As we await the inbound, they'll float it to Max Strus.
That's something you don't see every day, a lob pass to your perimeter shooter, but it worked out pretty well. Nice finish by Strus.
That was good nonverbal communication between Strus.
Yeah, little eye contact, lob pass, and he's got good hops, Max Strus does, and he was able to get over the top of the defender, the easy finish.
10 on the shot clock for the 9:05 as they trail by 7. Brissett with the right hand gets the finish. O'Shea Brissett out of Syracuse, one of many Canadians on the roster for the 9:05. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, Wilder near the logo. Doyle off the screen, finds Shitu. A 50% free throw shooter in the early season.
There was a period where he wasn't playing a lot,
right,
but now he's back in the rotation. Darrell Poirier not available today, so Shitu will get some more minutes in the front court, and he took advantage of it in the last game.
Evans
will go to the free throw line with a 1 free throw, a chance for 2 points for Raptors 9:05.
Drafted in the second round by Philadelphia, then traded to the Clippers. 56 appearances in the NBA.
As I mentioned, playing for Doc Rivers there. Doc liked him, but they have had a big roster makeover with the Clippers. Now they've gone from a team that was on the fringe of the playoffs to a team that's hoping
aggressive inside.
And this guy, as we mentioned in previous broadcasts, McDonald's All-American, went to Vanderbilt. A lot of expectations for him. Didn't have the year he wanted, so now he's going to have to work his way up to the NBA level through the G League. He's a guy that the Bulls like. They had him in training camp, and they feel like he's got some potential.
What's the most difficult part of being, a perennial All-American, McDonald's All-American type player? You leave college early, you get undrafted, and then you got to go back to the hard work once again to prove yourself.
I don't know how he got that shot over Bol, by the way.
Overextending his arm.
Very, very crafty move there.
Shamari Pons for
Shamari
2.
Pons with that, the former St. John star. But to the G League level, don't get the right opportunity, you may never make it up there. So it is a calculated risk if you don't know you're going to be a guaranteed first-round pick. And that's why a lot of the leagues get involved with trying to advise these players that, hey, maybe it's better you go back to college. Don't try to rush your way to the pros because it may be to your detriment.
Brissett driving, step back, got some penetration on.
All want to get that rebound, get the team out in the fast break, just couldn't quite control it.
Brissett starts to drive with 8 on the shot clock. Hernandez. Man up with Bol. Another Windy City steal. Good defense by Wilder. Dribbles behind
the paint. Couldn't do it on that opportunity. But on the other end, Thomas Wilder gets to the basket and a chance again to cash into the free throw line.
Already 7 points on the afternoon for Wilder. 3 boards and a couple of steals. And you saw his frustration after that missed free throw attempt. Final seconds of this opening quarter. 6-point lead for Windy City. Pons, one-on-one with Makoka, looking for the Hernandez screen. Delivers a fastball after a couple of deflections. Evans losing real estate. Hernandez gliding his way, extends the left hand off the iron.
They got a little bit lucky there. That pass was deflected twice by Raptors 9:05 players. They wind up with a bucket.
I think that was planned all along.
No, I don't think so. A little bit of morning luck.
3 seconds left. Wilder loses it, concedes the time, and that ends the experimental rules in the G League. 1 shot for every free throw attempt, so a 2-point attempt will be a 2-point shot, or 3-point, etc. 2 minutes of the ball game. It goes back to the traditional rules. If you look at the stats, Mark, best free throw shooting team, the Austin Spurs, will see them on Saturday night at 78%. The Bulls as a team, they're 21st at 70%. The 905, 24th in the league at 67%.
Yeah, we just saw the strong finish there by Adam Makoka, and right now, I don't think this is a rule that's going to graduate to the NBA level. I think that when you see the professional players at the highest level, there are guys that are expected to knock down these free throws. I don't think it really adds much in terms of pacing of the game. I don't think fans are saying, I don't want to watch somebody shoot 2 free throws, or I don't want to wait for somebody to shoot 3 free throws. I'm not sure exactly what the idea is behind the experimentation, but we have seen that it has affected free throw percentage a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice finish there by Bol, showing the wingspan with a little reverse throwdown. But I don't think it's really added a lot. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe some people like the fact that they don't have to sit through all the free throws. But as you mentioned, the last 2 minutes and overtime, it reverts back to the old way. So when the pressure's really on the line, you still got to make the free throws anyway.
Does it put more of an emphasis in practice for guys to make sure that they convert at a high rate from the line?
I think it does a little bit of a number on guys mentally, because we've seen like the two teams today. Raptors 905 are shooting 67%. Windy City shooting 70% from the free throw line. I think sometimes it adds a little more pressure knowing that I've got to make this one shot to get my 2 points or maybe 3 points.
Look out. Here comes Bull.
Nice.
Bull delivers a hard punch with the right hand. Bull wakes up the crowd at the Sears Center.
Nice drop feed there by Thomas Wilder. 2-on-1, a big finish by Bull. But just to wrap up our free throw conversation, I think it has affected guys a little bit mentally. But as we've gotten further into the season, they seem to be adjusting better. Windy City was 4 of 5 from the free throw line in the first quarter. I don't think they're putting as much pressure or thinking about it as much as they did early.
Shamori Pons had to send a high arcing shot put over the head of Bull to sink it through the cup. It's back to a 6-point ball game. 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Makoko with a step back three. Well short. You can feel the breeze from here, Mark.
I think that might have been tipped. Well, at least we'll say it was tipped.
Yes.
We don't think he was that bad on the shot, right?
And we did get confirmation. It was tipped, yes. We'll give him that. Left corner, open three, rattles in for Dwayne Notice. Getting his first minutes of the afternoon.
We noticed.
3-point ball game. Already you can sense the pace picking up just a little bit as Wilder gets the runner to go through.
You know, Wilder missed the first part of the season with an ankle injury, but it's nice to have him back. A veteran G League guy, knows how to run the half-court offense, and I think Damian Cotter's looking for better execution when he's in the game.
Already in double figures with 11 points this afternoon. Three from the key is good, ring it up, and now the three is starting to intensify for the 905. Shamori Pons doing a great job off the bench for the 905 this afternoon.
Yeah, we mentioned Max Struess starred at DePaul. Of course, Shamari Pons played at St. John's, so Chicago basketball fans have seen him before. A guy who can really score, but the scouts weren't sure whether or not he had the full package to be a star at the NBA level. He's trying.
Now, we've got an all-star game taking place on West Madison back up in February. Can we make an exception? Maybe get Bull to participate in that dunk competition?
Yeah, he'd be interesting at that height, no question about it. But I'd like to see Zach LaVine in it.
Yes.
He's a two-time champion. He's been a little bit reluctant to commit to it. I think it's kind of like, he's undefeated. Say, why should I put my title on the line? I've already proved I can do that. But there might be some sentiment to try to get the hometown guy involved.
Down the baseline, Bulls partially deflected it, but a nice finish for Dwayne Notice, who's doing a great job coming off the bench. That's now 14 bench points for the 905 here in this first half of play. Farrakhan Hall with a little kiss off the right hand.
Yeah, nice pick and roll there. He kind of slipped the screen a little bit. Milton Doyle delivers the pass on time, and Farrakhan the easy finish at the rim.
43-41, Bulls with a 2-point edge. Evans, the dribble, the drive, step back. And a pass to Paul Watson. Sinks the three from the right corner. Back and forth we go, and the 905 with their first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, both teams have kind of waken up in this early start, seeing better offensive execution, better shooting now in the second quarter.
Doyle rejected by Baer. Fast break. And the 905.
City feed on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Joe Kucinich does a great job with the Windy
Absolutely.
City Bulls social media feeds. Make sure you follow the Bulls. Use the hashtag Windy City Nation. Very active on social media, just like our guy Mark Shanowski, very active on social media.
No question about that. We saw VJ Beecham miss his first shot attempt. We'll be hearing from him at halftime in an interview with Andy Mazer.
And Nicholas Baer with friends and family in attendance. The Iowa Hawkeye from Bettendorf, Iowa. Just crossed the Quad Cities.
Yeah, they made the drive over for the early tip. Get a chance to cheer him on as he comes off the bench for 905.
Farrakhan Hall missed. 23-14 here in this second quarter of play, and the pace is really intensified.
Yeah, and they've got their shooting percentage up to 60% overall. They've been doing what we talked about. They're getting steals, block shots, getting in transition for easy opportunities.
Great ball movement once again by the 905. Watson missing the three. Raptors 6 of 14 from three-point range in the first half. Doyle, a dribble, deep three, off the mark.
Three-point shot early in the game, but we know that he'll warm up. We've seen in previous games here at Sears Center, he can get hot in a hurry, and when he does, he kind of carries the team.
And right on cue, Milton Doyle off the inbounds pass.
Yeah, I've got that special device where I just relay the information directly to the player. Got to knock down that shot. He hit the corner three.
Well, 'tis the season. Do you have tonight's at least pick three?
I'm working on it. Maybe we'll pass those along later.
10 points for Doyle. We're on double-double watch. 10 points.
That air ball. He missed everything but the floor on that one. About 2 feet long.
2-point lead for the 905. Under 6 to play. Back with you on Saturday night here on NBC Sports Chicago. Make your plans to be with us. Final home game of 2019 for Windy City. And
Farrakhan a little frustrated. He thought he should have had a foul call the last trip up court. This time he was waiting for a cut, didn't materialize, shuffled his feet, called for the travel.
Ennis past the timeline. Former Syracuse grad. Watson back in the perimeter. Shaking one-on-one with Farrakhan Hall. Driving and a nice scoop finish with the right hand.
Yeah, beautiful move there by Watson. He got the big man switched on him. He knew he was going to take him one-on-one. Went straight to the basket. Got the finish. And now Milton Doyle will shoot the one free throw for 2 points, potentially.
Doyle had 23 points Sunday in Santa Cruz against the Warriors. He was 9 of 16 shooting in 29 minutes on the floor.
Yeah, and he likes to pick up the 2 points easy. Just the one swish. 2 points on the board for the Bulls.
And it's a 2-point ball game with 5:10 to go, first half. Evans pushes it to the right corner. Gets it right back to the left corner with 5 on the shot clock and sinks a 3.
And that was the knock on Tyler Ennis, not a consistent three-point shooter. He's been doing a good job for Raptors 905, as we mentioned, averaging 18.5 points per game, 4th in the league with 8 assists per game.
Already 7 this afternoon. A reverse finish for Farrakhan Hall. And now Hall in double figures with 10 points.
Yeah, he's been really active on the offensive end, much more so than we've seen him.
4:36 left first half.
And that's one of the things that Damian Cotter is going to have to deal with is he does have a number of bigs to use. He's got to figure out what's the most effective rotations. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, the Bulls' leading scorer, P.J. Dozier, is not here. He was called up by the Denver Nuggets because of an injury to their starting point guard, Jamal Murray. He'll be providing some backcourt relief and getting a chance to experience life in the NBA for a short period of time.
Nothing sweeter than a cup of coffee in the NBA.
Yeah, the five-star hotels, luxury travel, you know, he'll enjoy that for a while.
Speaking of a cup of coffee, our trusted colleague, Mark Shadowski, will have another sip in the play-by-play chair in Detroit in a couple
Yeah,
weeks'
I'm looking
time.
forward to that. Get a chance to do the play-by-play with Stacey King December 21st when they visit the Pistons and Derrick Rose, so that should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it.
Bulls with a turnover in transition. Notice now in double figures. Dwayne Notice with 11 points. Pardon me, 10 points for Notice in this first half.
You know, when you look at the hour of the day, this is starting to resemble a noon hour pickup game at the YMCA. A lot of back and forth, some wild shots, some turnovers, some crazy passes, but the offense is flowing right now.
10 on the shot clock. Doyle looking for a screen. Gets it from Farrakhan Hall. Open.
Tested dunk, and I kicked it out of bounds.
And at second glance, ball just went off of Milton Doyle.
He just lost it.
10-point lead for the 905. 3:15 left. Watson coming up for Paul Watson. Watson played his college ball at Fresno State in the Mountain West Conference. Missed the 2-point attempt. 10-point lead as we approach the 3-minute mark of this first half. Bulls were within 2 a moment ago, but the 905 on an 8-0 run. Makoka step back 3. No, with a
nice
putback
finish.
Slam for the former DePaul standout, Trey Darius McCollum.
That's what you got to do. You got to go strong to the basket. Big finish by McCallum.
Brissett back to Ennis. Tyler, fall away. Off the left window, no. Makoka with the board.
Good defense there by Justin Simon, forcing him into an off-balance attempt.
Makoka near the right wing. Out to the post. Shimmy Shitu. And that's what Windy City want to see more from the Vanderbilt product. Get inside, back to the rim, use a little muscle, and get that easy finish.
Well, you can see he has an NBA body. Very strong, capable of finishing inside, but he lost his defensive assignment there. Talking about Simi doing a good work on the offensive end, he completely let Paul Watson blow by him there for the dunk. You got to recognize when your perimeter player needs help, you got to provide it.
And at first you don't succeed. Try again for Paul Watson, who was looking for a dunk a moment ago, was rejected, got it on the second glance. Simon penetrates and a nice scoop finish.
Very nice drive there. Now the Raptors 905 not wanting their half-court flow.
905 led by second year head coach Jama Malalea. Grew up in the Toronto area, an alum at the University of British Columbia. Been a part of the Raptors organization for several years. And once Jerry Stackhouse left,
and that's why, you mentioned in the last break, I said the Toronto coach calls the timeout. I didn't want to say Malalela. It's too early in the day to say Malalela. That one doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but he's doing a good job. Obviously, you mentioned Jerry Stackhouse, who's now coaching at Vanderbilt, where Simi Shitu left after one season.
To that in just a second, Justin Simon got the putback, and he's at the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Simon with 6 points on the afternoon. Bulls trail 62-58 as we approach the final minute of this first half of play. And the 905, you could say them, Santa Cruz Warriors, really building the blueprint of how to develop talent and get them to the parent club in the NBA.
Well, we've seen the importance of the G League. Now that Oster, they can just seamlessly fit in, and I think it's really an invaluable tool for all NBA teams.
Strus at the stripe and converts on the two-point attempt. Two-point ball game.
Strus has been pretty quiet today. I think that the Raptors are trying to make sure that he hasn't gotten loose in the three-point line, and right now he's looking for more opportunities in their half-court sets.
Just 6 points in this first half.
Some time with the Windy City Bulls, and his head's probably spinning. He doesn't really know where he is at times, and he's probably trying to figure out exactly where he fits. Maybe after more practice sessions, he'll get more comfortable and get more shot attempts.
9:05 with a turnover. Bulls in transit.
The 2-on-2 break. Simi had a chance to really throw one down, but Ennis knocked it away.
So he saves a foul, pokes it out of play, so the Bulls will have it with 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Shitu, Strus. Misses the three.
And that's
what
we were talking about. That's exactly what they want. Reverse the ball, get a wide open look for Max Strus. Unfortunately, that time wasn't able to knock it down. And now the Raptors 905 will get a chance to hold for pretty much the last shot with the shot clock and game clock synced up.
Ennis, one-on-one with Wilder. Taking his time with 7 on the shot clock. Ennis. Brissett, no. Bulls have some time. 2 seconds left. Down the one, the prayer at the City went on a nice 8-0 run to make this a 2-point game as we begin the second half. Third quarter of action underway live on NBC Sports Chicago. Appreciate you spending part of your lunch. If you have an extended lunch break, don't tell the boss.
Yeah, enjoy some basketball, no question about it. We're happy to be here and bring this exciting G League action to you on NBC Sports Chicago.
In transition, a catch-and-shoot three is off the mark for Justin Anderson.
That's my guy still trying to prove he can shoot. He's going to have to make a lot more of those shots to get back to the NBA.
What's a good percentage for a guy like Justin Anderson to convince scouts that he can play the three-point game
I think if he can shoot at a 35% clip, that might be enough because he is strong physically. He's a good defender, can guard multiple positions, but he's going to have to shoot. Oh, he can knock down that three ball. Milton Doyle getting the bucket there for Windy City.
And he ties the game at 62. I have a feeling this is going to be a back-and-forth battle the rest of the way in this second half. Hernandez, good job defensively by Max Strus, forcing an awkward attempt by Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez was a guy taken at the end of the second round, 59th overall by the Raptors. Kind of surprised he was able to catch on to that team, but they like what they saw from him in training camp. They want to see him get some developmental time with Raptors 905.
6'11", played with Miami, a hometown kid from Miami playing for the hometown university. Ennis lost the handle, wanted a foul, doesn't get the call. Here come the Bulls in transition. Strus driving, penetrates, and gets the finish off the right hand.
That's what we want to see from Max Strus. Run the court, get an easy opportunity basket. Don't just be a stationary player in the half court. He is very athletic. Nice finish there.
Just the
second quarter, and the Bulls finish strong. So we'll see if we get more back and forth in terms of the lead ping-ponging in the second half.
Evans off the inbound, guarded by Milton Doyle. Anderson driving. awkward look. The finish off the mark for Hernandez.
Justin Anderson continuing to struggle as he missed the shot there, and they convinced the referees otherwise, but he's going to lose that battle.
Frustrated Jama Malalela, head coach of the 905. Doyle galloped in the paint and puts up a nice right-handed floater.
Yeah, good recognition there by Doyle. He saw the 6'11" Hernandez was in his way, so he just pulled up and lofted it over him. An easy 2 points from about 12 feet.
A 6-0 run to start this second half for Windy City. Hernandez. And a start for the 905 to start this third quarter. You got to give credit to that Windy City defense.
Yeah, they really got away with one turnover. Hernandez traveled, and then they step on the baseline. So they're going to get one of those eventually.
Doyle looking for Farrakhan Hall. Hall was hit from behind but doesn't get the call. Anderson thought about the three, hesitated. Now the 905 moving it around.
Inbound from underneath their own bucket.
14 on the shot clock. Bulls nursing a 4-point lead. Evans is rejected by Milton Doyle.
Yeah, great recovery there by Milton Doyle. He was beat out on the screen, but he came back to get the block.
Struess to Farrakhan, catch and shoot. Three is good from the left corner.
Farrakhan Hall showing the whole arsenal today. He scored every which way. Wants to make sure he stays in that rotation, knocking down the corner three.
13 points for Farrakhan this afternoon. His first tray of the day. A 9-0 Windy City run to start this third quarter.
The well-traveled Farrakhan Hall. He's played all over the world trying to fulfill his NBA dream. He's now 29 years old, still battling here in the G League.
Simon
says almost a travel there.
Makoka for three. That's well short. That's off the iron for Makoka. Makoka still trying to find a stroke from three-point range. He's a 30% three-point shooter. As Evans misses, we get a whistle. Sometimes those lobbying efforts may work
down the line,
yes.
Down the line perhaps, but that play was so obvious. I don't know why he even wasted his breath trying to argue. He didn't do anything there.
Doyle delivered a fastball to Struess.
Getting across the arm and again trying to plead his case. He can now try to politic the officials from the bench because coach took him out.
I believe that's called hangry.
Hangry, exactly. I guess he must have missed breakfast. Coach Malalela taking him out.
An 11-0 run to start this third quarter for Windy City.
We're past noon now. I can try to say Malalela.
You did a good job there.
You
I
go.
appreciate it. 10 points for Struess. He's starting to find his way as Mark Shanowski asked, and he received. As we approach the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. Three on the shot clock. Anderson has to hurry. A step back three at the buzzer is off the mark, and the shooting woes continue.
You'll let Anderson shoot that all day.
Second chance is good, and there goes.
That one he got. He was all by himself. The previous one, shot clock winding down, a step back attempt, was not a shot he was going to make at a very high percentage. That time, he got the ball back on the rebound and knocked it down.
Now an 11-3 run for Windy City to start this third quarter of play. Not the best of no-look passes for Milton
sloppy
Doyle.
Pass there. They're going to get an easy run out for Justin Anderson, and that is his strength, going hard to the goal. Very athletic, runs the court, gets the big finish.
Back by using hashtag NBA Cares. To learn more, visit cares.nba.com. An 11-0 run to start the third quarter has quickly turned into a 5-0 run for the 905 as they trail by 4 with 7:20 to go in this third quarter of play. Milton Doyle using the tall bull to maneuver away from traffic and gets a nice short-range jumper.
That was a veteran move. He had the bigger defender Baer on him, kind of used his left arm to clear space and knock down the short jumper. You mentioned the game of runs. Raptors 905 was up around 60%. Now they're down to 47%, so their shooting percentage has dropped since the break.
Now the Bulls shooting at 50%. Thanks to the 11-0 effort. What a
nice
block
by Simon.
Justin Simon. That's the 5th block shot this afternoon for Windy City.
And they're near the top of the G League in that category. They've been effective blocking shots all year long.
Doyle,
we mentioned how he can heat up. Maybe we get one of those patented stretches where he can score 10, 12 points in a span of just a few minutes.
3 of 7 now from three-point range. 19 points for Doyle. Baer. Nice use of the pivot. Gives it to Evans. Right corner, a 3 off the mark. And the 3 struggles continue now for the 905. They're now 9 of 21 from three-point range. Struess for 3. No, hits the front iron.
Trying to capitalize on that opportunity for a wide open 3 in transition. Just front iron looked good from our vantage point. Came up a little bit short.
Bulls 5 of 17 this afternoon from three-point range. Ennis one-on-one with the young Makoka. Gets separation. Penetrates. Ennis Off the left board, no, and Makoka gets the rebound.
Excellent help defense there by Justin Simon. Makoka was beaten on the drive. Simon came over to challenge the shot, got the miss.
Doyle penetrating. Milton, no, almost got the reverse to finish.
He was just trying to draw the foul there, flipped it up, didn't get the whistle from the officials.
Anderson a catch and shoot three, well short.
Scatter shot. Yeah, I don't think he'd have been very happy.
We'd had to turn the crowd mic off, I think, for that one.
Yeah, he was right in front of the crowd mic.
Former first-round draft pick Tyler Ennis on his comeback tour. Ennis for three at the key, no. Trying to make the comeback last year, playing in Europe with Fenerbahce in Turkey. Simon driving, no.
Yeah, Buckner, a guy that didn't really shoot a lot, but would run an offense and would be really sound fundamentally. You know, today's game is so fast. It's pace and space. He's not a speed burner of an athlete, and I think right now that's why he's on the G League level, because he doesn't bring the great three-point shooting dimension or the elite athleticism.
He's just 25 years of age, considered a veteran, but still at a young age. He left Syracuse as a freshman, was drafted 18th overall in 2014, 186 appearances in the NBA.
Yeah, I remember Ennis had some big moments in that year at Syracuse, had a couple of buzzer beater shots. He came into that draft thinking that, you know, he would be a guy who would have a really good NBA future, but as I mentioned earlier, doesn't have the traits that so many point guards have in the league right now.
Lobs up a three, that's well short, with over 4.5 to go in quarter number three. Simon getting some good minutes here in the third, glides down the baseline, no, and Bol tips it to himself for the rebound. 10 on the shot clock for the Bulls. Wilder calling for a Bol screen, gets it in the right wing. 5 on the shot clock, in the paint. Contact, no, and the floater on the second chance. Max Strus gets the tip in.
Max Strus crashing that for the tip in. And it's interesting, I don't know if it's this early start, but Bol hasn't looked as enthused about this game as we've seen him previously.
I think he's still waking up.
Yeah, he needs to warm up to the whole. There, he just got blown by Baer. Normally that was a shot that he would knock into the front row, but he was a little slow in reacting, and Baer got the finish.
Conditioning still getting back into form as well for Bol. We spoke to Damian Cotter, Windy City head coach. Still excited about the progression of Bol during his time with the Windy City Bulls.
Yeah, he mentioned he was battling an illness. He went back to Denver, spent some time with the Nuggets training staff, and really for him the question is going to be, as Justin Anderson knocks down the three, the question for Bol is, can he get himself strong enough to be able to maintain that presence as an NBA pivot man? I just don't see take on more of the ball handling responsibilities. He's been doing a good job of that with 8 assists. It's affected his shooting a little bit, only 5 of 14 from the field. We are looking for him to have one of those patented hot streaks where he really lights up the scoreboard, and he's done a better job of that in the third quarter.
Number 3, 905 continues to shoot 40% from three-point range. The Bulls at 28%. Brissett as they swing it around the perimeter. Anderson, dribble drive, behind the back pass is intercepted by Wilder. Strus with the rebound. And they'll take it back to the perimeter. Going inside, Bol recovers with 10 on the shot clock. Wilder nearly lost it, regains.
Whoa! Twisting finish, couldn't get it to go. Now we see Bol a little more active. Gets the second chance rebound. We were talking in the break that Bol looks like, you know, he's just not really into the game right now. There he looked a little bit more active. I don't know if Damian Cotter tried to light a fire on him during that timeout, but he attacked the offensive glass, got it on his second putback drive.
Back in fourth we go. It's a 4-point ball game as the Bulls went on a 11-0 run to start this third quarter of play. 9:05 put a little water on that fire on their own 5-0 run, and it's been around 5-6 ever since as Max Strus gets the layup off the window.
Yeah, he came off the Bol screen, got the pass on time, a nice strong finish. As we mentioned, Strus has got good hops. He was able to get up and over the defender, get the lay-in to go.
Bol tips a rebound back to himself with 1:50 left in quarter number 3. Bulls holding on to a 6-point lead. Wilder to Strus, the high dribble.
There you go.
Bol with a right-handed finish.
Yeah, Bol set a good screen in the last possession. This time Max said, big fella, I'll get you easy bucket. He's able to throw it down. Good execution in the half court.
8 points for Bol on 4 boards this afternoon. Nicholas Baer for 3, ring it up. The kid from Bettendorf, Iowa. Friends and family in attendance this afternoon. Baer with his 7th point this afternoon. 7 points on 3 rebounds. So a technical, and Max Struess will shoot the technical free throw.
Doing a good job executing in the half court. It's something we talked about at the start of the second half. They want to make sure that they get good shot attempts every time down court.
5 team fouls this quarter for the 905. None for Windy City. Damian Cotter wants to get more looks on the offensive end.
Yeah, he has not had a chance to play that much because P.J. Dozier's not here. Damian Cotter told us he's going to go a little bit deeper into his bench to get some backcourt minutes, and unfortunately on his first chance, kind of a lazy pass almost led to a turnover, but hopefully he'll warm up with more court time.
Colin Dretz
realized shot clock's winding down, can't make that extra pass, got to get a shot up attempt at the rim, maybe a chance for an offensive rebound if you miss.
Milton Doyle said, hey buddy, just look up at the shot clock every so often. Evans, one-on-one with Colin Dretz. Shot clock at 10.
Team's trying to just wait for that fourth quarter to start and make the stretch run, but we've seen massive substitutions on both sides and things have slowed down just a little bit.
Matt Morgan, one-on-one with McCollum. Nice finish. Nice pass and finish for Dwayne Hernandez.
Very good pass, little pick and roll situation there. Hernandez gets the easy finish thanks to a good pass from his buddy Matt Morgan. And this game remains close. Windy City trying to hold on to that slim lead, now up by 4.
4-second differential. Game clock to shot clock as we wind it down. And
beautiful
good job
touch
by Milton Doyle off the left glass.
Yeah, you can't tell you enough how difficult that is, driving full speed to your left and fading and banking it off the glass. Excellent touch by Milton Doyle.
Bulls by 6. Pons goes to the corner. Evans, a 3 at the buzzer.
Big Mac promotion at each and every home game. When Windy City scores more than 100 points and brings home the victory, you can bring home a Big Mac or fries just like we're enjoying for a special early lunch now, courtesy of the Baer family McDonald's. Fans, don't forget to grab your coupon as you exit the arena this afternoon after a Windy City 100-point win, and stop by your local Baer family McDonald's to get your free.
To shoot 2 for Windy City. And Mark, I'm very tempted to grab that bag of fries and just demolish it during our telecast.
It came at a very good time, lunch hour,
yes,
about 12:30 or so, yeah.
Colin Dretz missing the 2-shot free throw from the suburbs of Seattle, Washington. High school teammate, childhood friends of Zach Levine. Hernandez, nice spin and a kiss off the right window for Dwayne Hernandez.
Yeah, Colin Dretz having a chance to get some run because P.J. Dozier not being here, get off to a bit of a rocky start. Hopefully he'll be able to pick it up here in the fourth quarter.
Double-double watch for Hernandez, 8 points, 9 boards. V.J. Beacham rejected, but Shimmy Shitu right in front of the cup with the second chance bucket.
Yeah, Coach Malalela not happy with this for the fourth quarter run, hopefully to get some better execution in the half court. But this looks like a game that's going to go down to the wire. Neither team has been able to create much separation along the way. For Raptors 905, the turnovers have hurt them. For Windy City, it's a question right now of being able to hold on the inside and make sure you control your defensive glass.
Just the 5th attempt from the stripe this afternoon for the 905. Hernandez converts on the two-shot free throw. Good job by Doyle to separate from ferocious defense and convert Milton Doyle.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That time he got trapped around the half-court line. Looked like it was going to be a turnover, but the ball was batted around. Give credit to Milton Doyle, though, for sticking with it, reclaimed the ball, and got the bucket inside.
Was determined to get that bucket as he was met by a double team. Bulls by 5. Evans had to extend with his right hand to separate from a defender. He hit the floor hard, and he's still lying on his back.
Yeah, that's Shamari Pons taking the ball strong to the basket, and defensive rotation mistake. Pons still under the. Yeah, he caught an elbow from Shitu right across the eye and nose area. He's going to stay in the game, though. Tough guy, obviously wants to get his minutes out here, so kind of trying to shake it off and clear his vision for the next shot attempt.
Chance to tie on this possession. Brissett, no, and into the midst.
Yeah,
of Farrakhan Hall.
4-shot there by Brissett, and Windy City able to reclaim the rebound. Hopefully a chance to stretch out this lead early in the fourth quarter. Doyle trying for 3, but it's off the iron.
Morgan, one-on-one with V.J. Beacham.
Close games, it usually comes down to which team can execute better in the half court. Hopefully that team will be the Bulls this afternoon.
Ennis on the inbound. Finds Evans in the right wing. One-on-one with Simon, down the baseline. Morgan back to Ennis, left corner, three off the mark. And two teammates battling for the same rebound. Doyle controls it for Windy City. Gallops into the front court. VJ Beecham steps in for a three, no.
This particular Windy City Bulls team, of course, he was here last year, did a nice job. This year with the change in personnel, he's not getting enough minutes, and that may be affecting his consistency on shooting the three ball.
With PJ Dozier getting the call to Denver this morning, you expect guys like VJ Beecham to get more minutes, potentially Saturday night as well. Start to increase minutes and get a little more consistency on the offensive end.
Yeah, whether we're talking about the NBA level or the G League level, it's all about opportunity and consistent rotation minutes, and that's something that Beecham really hasn't had to that point. Is Max Strus throws it away. Raptors 9:05 in Trenton.
Seinfeld fan?
Yes, absolutely.
I think I know what to get you for Christmas. Let me jot that down.
The soup Nazi.
Morgan at the stripe for the 9:05. Matt Morgan went to Cornell. IQ maybe higher than mine, that's for sure. And the 9:05 regained the lead. It's just the third lead change this afternoon. 92-91. Bulls hope it's a short-lived lead.
It has been a game of runs. Hopefully the next one belongs to the Bulls.
Strus trying to get separation from a defender. In the paint, no. Second chance,
nice.
Good.
There's Adam Mokoka, the other Bulls two-way player, showing his athleticism. Strus couldn't get the shot to fall, but he crashes the weak side glass, gets the tip in. Very athletic move by Adam Mokoka.
Now back and forth we go with the lead changes. The fourth lead change this afternoon. Hernandez floats it up and well short.
Farrakhan Hall pulls it down. Bulls in transition.
Beecham, left corner, no look pass. Great ball movement. One touch passing by the Bulls. Mokoka, right side three, no. Strus with a high arching rebound. Bulls get it right back. Back to Strus. And a late
time. Strus goes hard to the goal, gets hammered by Brissett. He goes to the line, shooting one free throw for 2 points.
Gets the 2-point free throw to sink through.
Money in the bank for Max Strus.
Strus this afternoon, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Brissett from the key, driving. Good rejection by Beecham. Brissett gets it right back, and O'Shea Brissett.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Beecham played good defense, the knockaway, but Brissett was able to reclaim and get the lay-in. So 95-94, Brissett now 8 points, 5 boards.
One of 3 Canadians on the roster for the 9:05. Strus lost it, and it rolled.
Off his foot out of bounds, another opportunity for Raptors 9:05.
Chance to take the lead on this possession. 7:25 and counting in the fourth. Ennis. That with a double team, gets separation, goes to the corner. Baer, sharp shooter, three is good.
That's a second straight three-point shot he's knocked down. Looks very confident knocking that down, and it's a question of getting him open shots and execution. Ennis delivered the ball on time.
10 points for Nicholas Baer, the rookie out of Bettendorf, Iowa. Strus, guarded by Morgan. 5 on the shot clock. Strus muscles a three. Ring it up. Max Strus.
Bulls needed that one. It looked like the momentum was starting to shift towards the visitors' side. Visit WindyCityBulls.com.
Arguably the best birthday package one could ask for.
That's a full service day right there. Pre-game, post-game, sugar, the whole thing.
And if you're a parent, then you're hoping at night the kid just passes out.
That's the hope.
WindyCityBulls.com for more information on that. Maybe birthday party this Saturday when the Bulls take on the Spurs. We'll have it for you right here on NBC Sports Chicago. Julio Rousseau, Mark Shanowski, thrilled you're joining us, and a big slam to tie this ball game at 98. O'Shea Brissett.
Yeah, very good half-court execution there by Raptors. 9:05 coming out of the timeout. They got exactly what they wanted, a slam dunk.
Brissett in double figures now with 10. Bull near the free throw line. 10 on the shot clock, nearly lost.
About that, they got a good defensive possession. A careless move across the wrist allows Windy City to get the foul and the inbound.
5th tie this afternoon. Inbound intended for Bull. Stolen away by Baer. Watson gets it right back from Baer. Baer penetrates on the baseline. Nice pass. And
across the wrist and hope he misses the free throw.
O'Shea Brissett from Syracuse, 21 years of age, left after a sophomore season. Went undrafted this year in the draft. Two-way player for the 905. And again, another one of those players who might have gotten some bad advice in leaving school a little bit early, but a chance to make an NBA roster on his hometown team.
Athletic, a guy that can do some things on the wing offensively. Question is, what position is he? Can he handle the ball well enough? Those are things he's going to have to prove on this level to try to get up to the NBA.
2-point lead for Raptors 905 with over 5 minutes to play.
He can jump, we know that.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Wow.
O'Shea Brissett with a special package delivered from Mississauga, Ontario.
But Bol might challenge. No, he went right over the top, throws it down with two hands. And as we mentioned, Bol has just been a little bit off his game. I don't know if he's not feeling 100% healthy, but he just did not make a challenge there at the rim.
Still feeling the after effects, the aftershocks after Brissett's jam.
Yeah.
Looking for another one as he dives inside. He has 4-point lead for the 905 with 5:06 left. Brissett this afternoon as he misses the 2-point free throw attempt. 14 points, 5 rebounds.
It's a big break there for the Bulls, not allowing Raptors 905 to tack 2 more on the board the easy way. Beecham launches the 3, but that's short.
Just under 5 minutes left to play. Every defensive possession is going to be critical for Windy City. You don't want to give untimed baskets to a 905 team with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, as we mentioned, it's all about execution in the half court, and Raptors 905 has come out very aggressively, running some good stuff with their half court sets. The Bulls will try to respond on this trip.
Pass intended for Simon, deflected. Doyle tried to get it back, was unsuccessful. Here comes Evans now in the front court. O'Shea Brissett spinning in the paint. Good ball movement by the 905. Watson got the separation he needed and the kiss off the right backboard.
And he's admiring his hand on the way down, saying, look what I just did.
I think he's a hand model. Simon, soft floater, looking for his own rebound. Unsuccessful, a couple of tips, and it dropped into the hands of Evans.
Yeah, Justin came up short, might have rushed that just a little bit. He had more space than what he thought when he initially went up for the shot.
6-point ball game as we approach the 4-minute mark. Tyler Ennis, guarded by Strus, the runner, no. Loose ball back into the gloves of Ennis. Brissett, one-on-one with Strus. O'Shea, step back, fall away jumper, no. And a big, important rebound by Adam Makoka. Past the timeline, Doyle. Off a Simon screen, galloping into the paint, lost it by Baer, recovered by Doyle. Milton, nice use of the pivot, rejected by Baer. Loose ball.
Blue light and UV rays. For more information about Zenni's blocks technology, visit ZenniOptical.com.
Bulls with a turnover coming out of the timeout. And time is of the essence with 3:20 left in the fourth. 104-98. Raptors 905. Ennis. Dribbles with the left hand, weaving now to the right. Shot clock at 5. Ennis guarded by Strus. In the paint, right-handed look, no. And Shimishitu gets the rebound. Makoka past the timeline as we approach the 3-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Doyle, right wing, guarded by Baer. Milt spins, lost the handle. Evans in transition. Watson, right wing 3, no. Bulls are getting the defensive stops, just can't convert on the offensive end.
We talked about Doyle trying to do too much, trying to dribble the ball in traffic, and Raptors 905 are collapsing on it. Now it's Simon trying to take it hard to the goal. Left-handed scoop. Nice finish there, pulling the Bulls within 4.
Simon with 6 points, 8 rebounds on the afternoon, and he's starting to grow as an offensive player in the professional ranks. 4-point game.
You know, we talked about the Bulls being a lock to get to 100. They finally reached the century mark now after scoring 87 through the first 3 quarters, and they lose track of Nicholas Baer. He knocks down the 3 ball, stretches the lead to 7.
What a second half for Baer. 12 points this afternoon. 107-100, a 7-point lead for the 905. Strus for 3, wanted the foul. And look, it's not a foul.
Yeah, it's too bad that his foot was just on the edge of the 3-point line. You would love to be able to pick up 3 points here with the clock stop. Will really help their comeback attempts. But the key now is knock down the free throw, lock in on defense, and make sure that you keep Toronto at 107.
And Strus converts the 2-shot free throw. And now as we hit the 2-minute mark, it's traditional free throws the rest of the way. The final 2 minutes of the ball game. 22 points this afternoon for Strus as the Bulls trail by 5. Evans finds Baer. Goes to the corner. Anderson for three. No. And a much needed stop by Windy City as the clock continues to run with 1:40 left. Doyle one-on-one with Ennis.
Oh, careless pass there by Doyle trying to get it over Ennis. Tipped it away as Strus was open, but he couldn't get the ball to him.
90 seconds left in the ball game. Guarded by Makoka. Tyler Ennis inside the paint. Baer hesitated on the three. Evans with 6 on the shot clock. Forced to put up a floater and gets it to rattle in. 109-102, a 7-point lead with 70 seconds left.
Bulls played good defense for most of that possession, but Evans was able to get into the paint, and the high arcing floater found in the net.
Doyle, a step back three, well short. Shitu looking for the rebound. Still a couple of tips back into the midst of Shitu. Hesitates, off the window, no. Rebound, no. And Shimmy Shitu frustrated.
Offensive glass.
Shimmy Shitu converts from the stripe. Shimmy this season, just a 50% free throw shooter. Limited minutes, but one way he can try to get noticed by scouts as a big man at 6 feet 11 inches tall is converting your free throws. He's 2 for 2 from the stripe, and the Bulls are down 5 with 50 seconds left.
Now you have to lock in defensively. You really can't allow Raptors 905 to score anymore if you want to win this game.
Ennis breaks free from a defender, gliding inside and gets the layup off the right glass.
You saw, and Raptors 905 has done a really excellent job on the defensive end in the fourth quarter. They've held the Bulls to only 17 points so far in the fourth quarter after they scored 87 through the first 3. Yep. And we've seen that a lot at the NBA level and here at the G League level. Teams really executing in the half court, preventing you from trying to run the shots and getting the shot you want to get.
Strus forces a three, no. Simon with the rebound and gets a second chance bucket to sink in.
They got the three-point shot they wanted from Strus, couldn't knock it down, but credit to Justin Simon. Now they try to get the turnover, they do. So
it's been all 9:05 here in this fourth quarter of play after Windy City game winning streak.
Nicholas Baer helping out by missing the first free throw. He'll get another. Just over 24 seconds left. Windy City's going to need a lot of breaks if they're going to have any chance to come back in this one.
This is the second and a quick time
level, and maybe have him ready to go in their next game. But it's a great opportunity for PJ. Let's see what the Bulls can do, though, on this possession.
The quick timeout allows Windy City to advance and inbound in midcourt. 20 seconds left. Bulls will have to hurry. Shitu driving. Doyle fakes. Fires a deep three, sinks through with 10 seconds left. It's a 2-point ball game. Bulls will have to hurry with a quick foul.
Oh, they almost went in for the jump ball situation, which has led to the higher assist total than normal. But right now, Raptors 905 will try to inbound the ball, get to the free throw line. Windy City will be looking for the turnover.
Trying to give it into the hands of their best free throw shooter. Doyle and Anderson on the jump ball. Tip.
Evans was able to sneak in, took the ball away, and the Windy City had no choice but to foul there. Now they just have to hope that Evans will, at best, split the free throws.
6 points this afternoon for Evans. Critical free throws coming up, and he sinks. But a 4-point lead
is 4 seconds. They could
advance
the ball. There's no question about it. They got to get the miss first, and this kid is a very good free throw shooter.
8 points.
Yeah, and then to draw a foul, there's really not enough time to get multiple possessions.
Right.
Something weird would happen here for the Bulls to be able to take it to overtime.
Doyle the inbound. Lobs it to Simon. Gives it back to Doyle. Milt has to hurry. Milt looking for the foul.